In this cold season, I find myself snowbound in a distant land. Perhaps the mountains and the rivers of this place wish to keep a wandering soul like me a little bit longer. So I slip into a small tavern and take a warm drink, hoping it can ease the stiffness in my body. With each gentle sip, old memories rise quietly, like soft paddles drifting in the wind. I've always compared myself to a plum blossom standing firm in the snow. Yet even so, I still cannot see through all the complexities of this world. Maybe that's why winter feels so tender. It allowed us to pause, to breathe, to remember, and to find a bit of warmth within the cold. Okay, here is the poem in Chinese. 南乡子，雪彻，瑞雪盼春色，关山茫茫欲留客。沉沉海上远眺望，烟波依稀往日在风侧。梅花怎堪折？任它雨雪风霜过，不如暖火酒家设，小酌笑我风流难透彻。
Hi everyone, I'm Hippo. This is Hippo's Simple Story about Chinese life, Chinese history, and Chinese poetry.
梅花 Plum blossom. It is far more than a flower. It is the embodiment of the character and the spirit cherished by poets and scholars. It symbolizes purity and a steadfast integrity, representing the virtues of a gentleman and the ideals of noble character. It also carries within it the hope of spring. Southland Melody, Snow laid bare. Fire snow that spring doth bide, mid boundless hills would hold the traveller wide. Far o'er the sea I cast my aching eye, the drifting haze, where bygone days do whisper faintly in the winter sky. What plum may bloom or lust, let storms and the sleet and the biting tempest pass. Better the hearth within a tavern warm, a gentle draught, where as I loved, I mocked my roving heart, so blind to form. Song of the Southland, snow's repose. Snow longs for spring's palette anew, where mist-veiled peaks hold travelers true. On leaden seas my gaze is cast. Through scented caves, our past drifts by like whispers past. What hand dares break the plum bloom's sacred fast? Let tempest rage till their furies past. Come where the tavern's ruby fireflies gleam, to seek the warmth of this half-drunken dream. Yet how to rid this world of love's full stream? Picking up from the last episode, we'll wrap up our journey into the Chinese lunar calendar. You know, Chinese people have always cared deeply about farming, even if humans were to live on the moon in the future. The first thing a Chinese people would do is think about what crops can grow there. 农历, the Chinese lunar calendar, also called 夏历, Xia calendar, 汉历, Han calendar, or 旧历, Old calendar, is a traditional lunisolar calendar. It is not purely lunar. Instead, it cleverly combines the movements of the sun and the moon. Dates in the lunar calendar work a little differently. A day runs from midnight to the next midnight. A month begins on the day of the new moon and ends the day before the next one. And a year starts on the first day of the first lunar month and ends right before the next Lunar New Year, what we know as Spring Festival. There's also the traditional heavenly stems and earthly branches system, 干支纪年法. It pairs 10 stems with 12 branches to form a cycle of 60 unique year names. For example, 2024 is the year of 甲辰. This system can also be used for months and days. Most Chinese traditional festivals fall in the lunar calendar, each carrying deep cultural meaning. 春节 Spring Festival, 元宵节 Lantern Festival, 端午节 Dragon Boat Festival, 七夕节 七夕 Festival, 中元节 中元 Festival, 中秋节 Mid-Autumn Festival, 重阳节 Double Night Festival, 冬至 Winter Solstice. The Chinese lunar calendar is more than a way to tell time. It's the result of ancient astronomy and wisdom deeply rooted in Chinese culture. For thousands of years, it guided farming, shaped social rhythms, and influenced traditions. And even though the Gregorian calendar is used worldwide today, the lunar calendar still holds a strong place in Chinese communities, continuing to shape celebrations in everyday life. Alright, that's all for this episode. In the next one, we'll continue with another original classical poem. If you enjoy it, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and if you like it, be sure to leave a comment. See you next time.